All right, folks, here we go for game number 2 this weekend against New Prague. Like the Rakert line out there, Rakert will take the face off, Rasmussen to his left, Hagen to his right, Davis and Johnson out back. Up comes out to Davis. He has it alongside the boards, goes it over to Johnson. Johnson tries to hit Rakert just outside of his reach. Back to Johnson. Leela's in next tonight, this afternoon. Back to Rasmussen. Rasmussen shoves it up to the point. Johnson's able to block that out front. Rasmussen gets ahead of it. Gets it to Reichert. Reichert shoves it off the boards to Hagen, and Hagen will dump it into the zone. Back behind the net. It's like Johnson and Rasmussen. Ulrich in to help out now. Still in the corner. Rasmussen digging for it. Puck comes out. Johnson's able to keep it up. Ulrich brings it around front. Sends it over to Davis. Davis throws it alongside the boards. Swarthout trying to get there first, but can't. He picks it up at center ice. Gets it back to Eide. Eide throws it cross ice to Heinert. And got his back, hits Swarthout. Swarthout gives it to Schwartzbaugh. Back behind the net is Ulrich. Sends it into the corner. And the Prague comes away with that. Sestefan sends it over to Schwartzbaugh. Schwartzbaugh skated in. He comes around front. Shot goes wide to the net. He's back to Sestefan. Sestefan sends it into the corner for Heinert. Heinert shoves it over to Ulrich. Ulrich fans on the shot. Up comes out, picked up by Eriksson. Eriksson will shove it into the New Prague zone. Up comes out, center ice. Lorenzen picks it up. Comes right back out again. Sestefan got dinged up on that play. He'll go head to the bench. That comes out, and the Prague gets it. Comes to Schwartzbaugh. Schwartzbaugh ringing around the boards. Gives it to Eriksson. Eriksson has Christensen up with him. Tries to get it to him. He gets blocked back into the corner. Eriksson with it again. Bounces it off the boards. Gets it to Lorenzen. Lorenzen has it back behind the net now. He loses a handle on it. Brings it back. Shot. Saved by New Prague goalie. Puck's loose. Side of the net. Gets to Christensen. Christensen takes a shot that hits the side. Puck comes out. And Craig dumps it down. Armentrout sends it over to Eide. Eide will pick it up. Gets it to Armentrout. Armentrout with Rasmussen off to his left. He comes in, throws one just wide. Back to Armentrout from Rasmussen. Up in front to Hagen. Back into the corner is Rasmussen. Puck comes out to Reichert. Reichert deflects it right into the glove of the New Prague goalie. 11 minutes and 59 seconds left here in the first period. Score is 0-0. Reichert take the face off. Rasmussen to his left. Hagen to his right. Davis and Johnson out back. Up comes to Johnson. Johnson shot gets through. Into the corner for Reichert. Reichert throws it over to Davis. Davis poke checks it away. Pick it back up. Shot goes wide of the net by Davis. Goes into the corner. Hagen's chasing after it. Comes all the way around. Reichert picked it up. Back to Rasmussen. Rasmussen shot on. Comes back to Davis at the point. Davis' shot gets through! Nice job, boys. That's Rasmussen to Davis. Davis top shelf. Just over the glove side of the New Prague goalie. CCHA is up 1-0 with 11 minutes and 25 seconds left here in the first. Ulrich takes face off. He's got Swarthout and Heinert up front with them. Up comes out to the private center ice. Back to Johnson. Johnson sends it across ice. Davis and Heinert there. Up comes over to Johnson out front. He loops around, sends it over to Swarthout. Swarthout sends it up to Heinert. Heinert will carry it in. That's Swarthout crashing into the net. Going to let his new defenseman get in position first. Swarthout back behind the net with it now. He's got it pinned up against the boards. Ulrich in to help out. He poke checks that away. Comes out. Sestefan able to keep it in along with Heinert. Heinert throws it in deep. Ulrich chasing after it. Christensen and Eriksson step in. Christensen is able to poke check that, keep it into the zone. Puck comes back to Eriksson. Eriksson throws it back to Schwartzball. Schwartzball bounces off to Christensen. Christensen's shot goes wide of the net. Over to Sestefan. Sestefan's shot goes over the net as well. Schwartzball backhands that into the corner. Lorenzen comes in. Picks up the puck, but only temporarily. Actually, he's able to keep it in the zone, but just for a second. Floats back out to Schwartzball. Schwartzball will dump it into the zone. And now for a line change. Puck comes over to Christensen. Snapshot. And covered by the new Prague goalie. 9 minutes and 53 seconds left here in the first period. The score is CCHA 1, New Prague 0. Christensen in to take the face off. Eriksson's to his left. Lorenzen to his right. Lorenzen gets it in the corner. Sends it over to Eriksson. Eriksson flips it back, gets it out front. Over to Christensen. Lorenzen. Lorenzen's shot was deflected wide of the net. Armentrout pinches, but comes out to center ice for Lorenzen. Lorenzen gets it to Eide. Back to Lorenzen. Over to Armentrout. Over to Christensen. Christensen gets to Eriksson. Eriksson will bring it in. He gets tripped. No call. Oh, yep, we're going to get a call. All right. CCHA will go up in the power play with 9 minutes and 23 seconds left here in the first period. Ulrich line comes out. Sports out to the left. Heinert to the right. Our back is Armentrout and Eide. Oh, new line. Actually, it's going to be Reichert, Hagen, and Rasmussen. Rasmussen to the left. Hagen to the right. Just waiting for the minutes to get posted. Can we wait between periods? That would be great. You know, we were just up here yesterday. We were up here the day before. Hold on just a second, folks. Hey, folks, we're going to have a temporary break in the action as we have to relocate our camera. So we'll be back in just a few minutes. relocate. Sorry, folks, we had to relocate to a new location, so we're just getting situated here. All right, looks like it was a goal, not sure who by. All right, looks like the face-off will be by Lorenzen. Erickson to the left, Christensen to the right. Score is 2-0. CCHA of New Prague. That comes up to Erickson. Erickson gets it back to Davis. Davis tries to hit Christensen. Christensen tips it, but it looks like it is nope. Erickson's been waved off. That comes over to Christensen. He flips it back behind the net. Picked up by New Prague. Blocked by Christensen. Sorry, Erickson did that. Erickson sends it up to Davis. Davis a shot. Goes over into the netting, and we are going to have a puck on play. All right, 3 minutes and 56 seconds left here in the first period. Reichert, Rasmussen, and Hagen out. Johnson and Davis are back. Reichert didn't take the face-off. Goes to Hagen. Hagen throws it along back of the boards. Reichert picks it up. Hits Johnson out front. Johnson shot. Glove saved by the New Prague goalie. Reichert didn't take the face-off. Rasmussen to the left. Puck comes to Hagen. Hagen gets it to Johnson. Johnson will skate it in. His shot gets blocked. Goes wide of the net. Reichert throws it into the corner. Goes cross ice. Picked up by New Prague. Johnson and Davis there to make that play up. Davis in the corner with it. Gets up to Rasmussen. But it's blocked by Johnson as it was heading to Leela. Johnson loses a handle on it, but Reichert's right there. He gets it to Rasmussen. Rasmussen will skate it in. Reichert will head off for a line change. Ulrich comes on. Puck comes out. New Prague. Sports ball right there. Puck comes to Leela. Davis will pick it up. Oh! And we got a penalty there. As Rasmussen got lit up by the New Prague player. Looks like the Ulrich line will stay out there. They're just figuring things out. Not quite sure what the confusion is. Well, it's going to be a 5-minute major, so we're going to get somebody else to serve the 2-minute penalty. Ulrich in to take the face off. Smith out to his left. Heinert to the right. Back to Eide. Eide to Armentrout. Back to Eide. Back to Heinert to Eide. Eide over to Armentrout. Armentrout down to Swarthout. So I thought I sent it to Ulrich. Ulrich will skid it in, shot, hits the side of the net. That comes out, and New Prague is able to get it out of the zone. Armentrout will pick it back up. Actually, it'll be Johnson, righty. Puck goes cross, trying to hit Ulrich. This gets tied up in the skates, but they're able to pick it up and dump it in the corner. Heinert comes in to help out. Swarthout's got it now. Sends it to Armentrout. Back to Swarthout. Swarthout brings it in and gets kicked out to Ulrich. Ulrich down to ID. Puck goes wide of the net. Armentrout pitches down. He's able to keep it into the zone. Picked up by Swarthout. Swarthout will skid it in. Shot saved by the nice save by the New Prague goalie. Back to Ulrich. Ulrich will bring it in. Uses a handle on it. Picked up by Armentrout. Armentrout shoves it towards the net. New Prague goalie shoves it in the corner for Ulrich. Back to Armentrout. Armentrout's shot goes wide of the net. Picked up by Christensen in the corner. We're going to get a penalty. Another penalty there for hooking. All right, a minute and 17 seconds left here in the first period. CCH up 2-0. We will have a 5-on-3 for 30 seconds, and then it'll be 5-on-4 for a power play for CCHA. Lorenzen takes the face off. It's sitting there. Lorenzen will pick it up. His shot hits the pipe. Picked up by Lorenzen. Sent out to the point to Davis. Davis skates in. His shot. Well shot the face mask. Puck comes out to Eriksson. Eriksson's shot saved by New Prague. Puck comes out. Davis able to keep it in. They'll skate it in. Shot and puck gets frozen by the New Prague goalie. All right, we got one guy out of the box for New Prague. Means we're 5-on-4 for the next minute and 31 seconds. However, there's only 47.5 seconds left in this first period, so that'll carry over to the second. Puck comes out to Davis. Davis shot gets through to the goalie. New Prague goalie covers. 10 seconds ticked off there. We're going to get a line change with Ulrich, Heinert, and Swarthout. Our back is going to be Armentrout and Heidi. Puck comes out, gets to New Prague. New Prague will get it out of the zone. I'm going to try to pick it up. Sunrise sends it over to Heidi. Back to Armentrout. I'm going to try to carry it in. Scott Heinert and Ulrich. Carries back behind the net. Goes to the point for Heidi. Heidi skates in. Tries to get it over to Ulrich. Comes over to Swarthout. Swarthout to Armentrout. Armentrout down to Ulrich. Ulrich picks it up. He's got to put a puck on the net, boys. Blocked by Heinert. And that'll do it for the first period. Score here right now, CCHA 2, New Prague 0. We'll be back in about 60 seconds. All right, here we go for period number 2. Ulrich steps in to take the face off. Heinrich to his right, Swarthout to his left. Heinrich flicks it back to Eide. Eide sends it over to Armentrout. Armentrout just out of the reach of Ulrich. Puck comes back, gets him all the way down, and icing is waved back. Eide sends it over to Armentrout. Armentrout does it up to Ulrich. Ulrich tries to do a give and go to Heinrich, but missed. Armentrout picks it up back behind the net. Sends it over to Ulrich. Ulrich got the score out. Score out to Heinrich. Nice shot. Blocked by the New Prague goalie. Heidi's got it alongside the boards. He sends it down to Swarthout back behind the net. Swarthout sends it up the point for a short foul. Out to Swarthout. Ulrich has it. He sends it up the boards. Picked up by Sestafant. Both teams are at full strength. Sestafant bounces off the boards. Comes back to him now. Heinrich going into the corner. Picked up by Reichert. Reichert sets it up to Rasmussen. Rasmussen will flip it up in center ice. Picked up by Reichert. Rasmussen's got it now. He loses a handle on it. Blocked by Reichert. Gets to Hagen. Schwartzbauer shoves it back to Hagen. Hagen has it alongside the boards now. He comes skating in. Shot goes wide of the net. Reichert's there. Throws it up to Rasmussen. Nope, to Sestafant. Sestafant over to Rasmussen. Rasmussen gets up to Schwartzbauer. Schwartzbauer's puck gets blocked. Rasmussen will send it around. Sestafant a bench. Puck goes wide of the net. Schwartzbauer pinching down. Try to keep it in. Getting some help from Rasmussen. Rasmussen sends it out to Sestafant at the point. Sestafant sends it over to Schwartzbauer. Schwartzbauer gets slow. Prague will come away with it. Shot goes wide of the net. Schwartzbauer and Sestafant. Sestafant comes away with it. Gets it to Ulrich or to Hagen. Leland's first shot on net, I believe, tonight. It comes down low. Sestafant has it back behind the net. Gets it to Reichert. Reichert will carry it behind the net. Brings it over to Christensen. Christensen throws it across ice. Trying to hit Eriksson. New Prague will figure it out. Gets it into the zone. Schwartzbauer gets it right back out again. Eriksson there. Puts it on a New Prague stick. New Prague has it in the corner. Sends it all across. It goes back behind the net. New Prague sends it down low. Picked up by Sestafant. And Sestafant will carry it out of the zone. He flicks it into the New Prague zone. Still skating after it. Leaves it for Eriksson. Eriksson able to get it across the boards. Right out to Lorenzen. Up comes out to Johnson. Johnson doubles back. Throws it over to Eriksson. Gets it to Davis. Davis throws it alongside the boards and into the zone. Icing's waved off. Lorenzen chasing after it now. Swarthout with it in the corner. Quick check back in. Swarthout into the corner with it. Heinrich in to help him out. Heinrich sends it up to the point. Johnson comes in. Shot goes wide of the net. Davis picks it up in the corner. Ulrich in to help him out along with Heinrich. Up comes to Swarthout. Swarthout doubles back. Puts it out to Heinrich. Heinrich's shot goes wide of the net. Ulrich in the corner with it. Sends it back to Swarthout. Swarthout back to Davis. Davis will double back and dump it into the corner for Swarthout. Swarthout leaves it for Ulrich and for Heinrich. That comes over to Davis. Davis is tipped. Shot gets tipped just over the net by Swarthout. Puck comes all the way down, and that's going to be an icing call. 10 minutes and 6 seconds left here in the second period. Score CCHA 2, New Prague 0. Reichert, Hagen, and Rasmussen line. Puck comes to Rasmussen up to the point for Eide. Heide's able to keep it in. His shot right on New Prague's goalie. We'll cover the puck, and we will get a face-off with 10 minutes left here in a second. Reichert in for the face-off. Hagen to the right, Rasmussen to the left. Puck comes out to Hagen, goes to Eide. Eide sends it back around the corner. Will come all the way around to Rasmussen. Rasmussen sends it right back. Prague will pick it up. Hagen and Reichert have it alongside the board. Puck comes out to Hagen. Hagen will backhand it into the zone and then chase after it. Looks like the goalie lost his stick. It's picked up and handed to him now. Puck comes out. Eide sends it deep. Comes out front to Rasmussen. Rasmussen's shot goes over the net. Reichert sends it up to the point for Eide. Eide's shot deflected. Goes into the corner. Hagen chasing after it. Rasmussen's there to help him out. He has it. Gets it to Reichert. Reichert got his back, throws it into the corner. Rasmussen chasing after it. Reichert comes away with it, but loses control of the puck. And no, Christensen's able to keep it into the zone. Christensen sends it down deep. Lorenzen back behind the net with it now. Gets it out to, tries to get it out to Christensen. Christensen will pick it up. He wraps around. Over to Lorenzen. Lorenzen trying to get it to Eriksson. Puck flutters just wide of the net. That comes over to the point for Eide. Eide's shot deflected over the net by Christensen. Armentrout able to keep it into the zone. Will skate it in. It's poke checked away. Sestefan. And Christensen's able to get that puck back away from the New Prague player. He comes in with a head of steam. Puck goes into the corner. Christensen sends it back to Sestefan at the point. Sestefan gets the puck taken. It's back to him though. He's shooting on point. Comes back out. Loose in front. And Prague's trying to hit their player who's got a little bit of a breakaway here. Backhander goes back to the net. Puck goes back behind. New Prague pitches down. Shot. Saved by Lila. Comes back out. Not sure where the puck went. And it went into the New Prague bench. So we'll get a whistle. It'll bring the puck probably outside of the zone. Nope. It'll be down to the left of Lila. 7 minutes and 37 seconds left here in the second period. Rich takes the face off. He gets checked off the puck right up in front. Gets blocked by Sestefan. Schwartzball has it now back behind the net. He bounces it off the boards to Heinert. Heinert gets it around him. Schwartzball will pick it up. He's got Heinert and Ulrich. Ulrich just couldn't get a stick on it. He sends it back to the point for Schwartzball. Comes back. Heinert picks it up. He's going to dump it back to Sestefan. Sestefan gets it to Ulrich. Ulrich back. Oh! I was just trying to set it back to the point and miss Sestefan. Schwartzball will bounce it around the back of the boards. Picked up by New Prague. Prague ties the center. He gets deflected back behind the net. Schwartzball picks it up. Got some help by Ulrich. That comes out down deep. No offside's call there. Picked up by Swarthout. Swarthout sends it back to the boards. Tries to get it over to Ulrich, but his shot got blocked as it was coming out. That shot was blocked by Schwartzball. Schwartzball carries it out of the zone. Tries to get it to Ulrich. That comes out to center ice. Picked up by Sestefan. Sestefan runs into some traffic, and we're going to get an offsides call. Oh, too many men on the ice. Swarthout will serve the penalty. Reichard and Hagen out there with Armentrout and Davis. Reichard gets a face-off. One penalty kill here. Davis has it back behind the net. It's 5-on-4. Puck goes back. It comes up to the point. Shot gets through to Leela. Nice save. He sends it over to the corner. Davis picks it up. Tries to hit Hagen. Just out of his reach. Reichard able to break up that play. No offsides call there. Puck comes right back out of the zone. Reichard chasing after it. They'll tie it up into a new Prague zone. That comes back out. Taken away by Christensen. Christensen sends it up. It's Rasmussen. Rasmussen gets it into the new Prague zone. About a minute left in the penalty kill. Puck stays into the zone. Rasmussen chasing after it. Rasmussen sends it out front to Christensen. Christensen shot. Still live, boys. And then it gets covered by the new Prague goalie. 49 seconds left in the penalty kill. 4 minutes and 59 seconds left here in the second period. Score is CCHA 2, New Prague 0. Ulrich and Lorenzen stepping in up front. Armentrout and Idea back. Ulrich takes the face off. Up stays there, then goes into the corner. Ulrich is after it. New Prague will carry it out. Lorenzen will interfere with that puck. Comes all the way across. New Prague carries it in. And then the corner, centers, goes back behind the net. Picked up by Armentrout. Back to New Prague. Prague skates it in, backhands it out, comes up to the point. Shot gets blocked. Shot saved by Lula. 13 seconds left in the penalty kill for CCHA. Reichard in to take the face off. Hagen up front with him. Armentrout and Idea back still. Idea will send that puck back behind the net. Puck goes through the crease. Out wide. Comes back down low. And both teams are at full strength. Puck comes out. Picked up by Rasmussen. Rasmussen's got Hagen. Right up behind him. Puck comes out. Picked up by Rasmussen again. Got her back behind the boards. Brings it up to the point, but it gets poke checked out to center ice. Ready to pick it up. Gets it over to Armentrout. Armentrout hits Rasmussen. Gets stuck in a New Prague skater. Armentrout will throw it into the zone. Rasmussen chasing after it. He sends it back behind the New Prague net. Puck will come all the way down. Icing's waved off. We will leave it for Sestefan. Sestefan hits Christensen. Christensen comes in. Wraps around front. Puck comes out of the zone. Picked up by Schwartzbau. Schwartzbau over to Lorenzen. Puck comes off the boards. Schwartzbau dumps it in. Entered in behind the net. Goes into the corner. Sestefan carries it back. Backhands it in. Picked up by New Prague. Puck comes all the way down. Icing's waved off. Puck comes out to Heinert. Heinert flicks it up. And we're going to get what? It's like Lorenzen for Ruffin. All right, so we were back on the penalty kill. Ulrichsen to take the face off. Puck goes into the corner. Davis has it. Gets it up. Comes back to Johnson. Johnson will carry it up. He'll throw it back behind the New Prague net. Square out. Puck checks that away. Has it alongside the boards. Comes back out of the New Prague zone, but the puck is just sitting there. Swarthout picks it up. He'll get it back into the New Prague zone. Johnson picks the puck up. Comes into the CCHA zone. Davis will pick it up back behind the net. Skates it out of the zone. Throws it at center ice. Picked up by New Prague. They'll throw it into the corner. Over to Davis. Davis hits Hagen. Jumps into the zone, and that's going to be an icing call. Face-off will come down to the right of Lila. Hagen, Eriksson out front. Hagen to take the face-off. Puck comes out. Craig sends it. Hits the ref right in the wrist. He's shaking it off. Harmon Trout back behind the net with it. He's got it tied up. About 40 seconds left here in the penalty kill. Puck goes through the crease. Hagen has it alongside the boards. It's sitting there. Hagen's trying to get to it. It's tied up in his skates. Goes into the corner for Eide. Eide throws it alongside the boards. Comes up to the point. Eriksson's trying to get it out of the zone. And he does. Hagen chasing after it. Comes right back out. Comes out to center ice. Harmon Trout throws that backwards. It's deflected by Heidi. And both teams are at full strength. That comes to Harmon Trout. He carries it all the way in. Tries to throw it out front. Nice job by Eriksson trying to backhand that in. Comes up to the point for Heidi. Heidi will send it back all the way around. Rasmussen will pick it up in the corner. He loses the stick on it. Comes out to Harmon Trout. Harmon Trout sending it over to Heidi, but puck comes out of the zone, and that is the end of the second period. All right, folks. The score right now is CCHA 2, New Prague 0. We'll be back in 60. All right, here we go for the third period, folks. Fresh 15. Looks like there is a penalty against New Prague. Didn't catch that, what it was. But CCHA will go up on the power play. Ulrich will take the face off. Swarthout to his left, Heiner to his right. Out back is Schwartzbau and Sestafant. Puck comes back. Schwartzbau will take it. He'll throw it into the zone. Swarthout in the corner with it. Comes up the boards and out of the zone. Schwartzbau back to pick it up. We carry it out of the CCHA zone. Carry it right into New Prague. Shot. Goes over the net. Puck comes all the way back out. New Prague will pick it up. Swarthout deflects that puck. He'll pick it up at center ice. Goes it alongside the boards. Gets it up to Heiner. Heiner comes in. Gets one. Goal. That's Swarthout to Heiner. With CCHA up 3-0 over New Prague. Both teams will be at full strength again. Bracket line out there. Rasmussen to the left, Hagen to the right. Davis and Johnson out back. Up comes to Johnson. Davis will pick it up. Brings it back behind Leland. He sends it up to Rasmussen. Rasmussen tries to get it out to Riker. Davis will pick it up. Throws it up. Picked up by Hagen. Hagen's got Riker. Back to Hagen. Back to Riker. Craig picks it up. Back to Johnson. Johnson uses the puck, but he's able to get it up to Riker. Riker has it. He comes in. Here's shot. Glove saved by the New Prague goalie. 12 minutes and 32 seconds here. Score is 3. Nothing. CCHA over New Prague. 13 minutes and 32 seconds left here in the game. Lorenzen steps in. He's got Erickson to the left. Christensen to the right. Puck comes out to Armantrout. He'll throw it in the corner. Christensen and Lorenzen chasing in after it. Christensen will come away with it. He goes to the net. Backhander. Flutters out front. Heidi able to keep it into the zone. Christensen blocks that puck. And it ends up along the board. Excuse me, Lorenzen did. Christensen has it now in the corner. Sends it over to Erickson. Puck comes out to Heidi at center ice. He throws it back along the boards. Erickson poke checks that into the zone. Comes right back out. Craig will dump it. I'm going to try to pick it up back behind the net. He throws along boards. Hits Christensen. Christensen behind it. Swarthout. Swarthout has it. He tries to hit Lorenzen out front. And the New Prague goalie smartly covers the puck. With 12 minutes and 29 seconds left here in the game. CCHA is up 3-0 over New Prague. Ulrich line out now with Heiner and Swarthout. Swarthout will be to his left, Heiner to the right. Back is Schwartzbau and Sestafant. Puck goes to the corner with Heiner. New Prague picks it up. Swarthout in there to break it up. Gets it to Heiner. Heiner shot. Gets deflected. Saved by the New Prague goalie. He covers. And we'll get a face-off. All right, Ulrich back in to take the face-off. Goes into the corner. Swarthout. New Prague will carry it out of the zone. Schwartzbau stands off the player, gets it to Sestafant. Sestafant bounces it off the boards to Heiner. Things get tied up. Sestafant will bring it in. We're going to get an offsides call. Swarthout was like a quarter step in front of Sestafant. 11 minutes, 52 seconds left here in the game. Ulrich in to take the face off. That line will stay out. Swarth out to the left. Heiner to the right. Stocky and Ulrich escapes. Swarth out comes away with it. He has it back. Comes around front. Loses the puck. Ulrich is right there. He's looking for it. And it steps in. Johnson is able to get that puck over to the corner. Nice job. That comes along the boards, up to the point. Picked up by Davis. Davis throws it out to Hagen. Hagen comes in, gets around one player, comes to the net, and it's going to be saved by the new Prague goalie who covers the puck out. 11:11 left in the third period. Reichert and Rasmussen will join Hagen at the front. Rasmussen will be to the left. Hagen to the right. Johnson and Davis out back. Puck comes out front. Broken up. Reichert has it. Circles around. Brings it back behind the net. Doubles back. Loses it in the corner. Gets it back. Sends it over to Davis at the point. Davis sends it back into the corner. Reichert gets it to Rasmussen. Reichert comes away with it. Reichert leaves it for Johnson. Johnson shot. Flutter out front. Shot goes wide of the net by Johnson. Comes all the way down, and that is going to be an icing call on New Prague. 10 minutes, 25 seconds left here in the game. CCHA 3-0 over New Prague. Christensen in for the face-off. He gets it back to Eide. Got Eide. Puck comes to Lorenzen. Lorenzen gets it to Armentrout. Armentrout sends it over to Eide. Eide shot. Hits the goalie, but gets blocked. Puck comes up to Eide. They'll throw it back in deep. Lorenzen chasing after behind the net. Throws it out front. Picked up by New Prague. Prague will bring it down. Into the zone. Wheeler deflects that puck back behind the net. Puck's loose. Armentrout picks it up. He gets it up to Eriksson. Eriksson will flutter it in for Christensen, who will come down low in the corner. Ideal pinch. Keeps it alongside the boards. Gets it out. Comes to the net. Gets to Christensen. Christensen. Oh, over to Eide, and Eide's shot gets deflected at the last second. Eide sends it back in. Open net. Puck gets picked up by Eide again. His shot gets through. Oh. A little extracurricular activity back behind the net. Looks like everything's okay. Good pressure, boys. Keep it up. Ulrich, Swarth out, and Heiner line out there. Up back is Schwartzbau and Sestefan. Ulrich take the face off. He gets it over to Heiner. Heiner back to Sestefan. Sestefan over to Schwartzbau. Schwartzbau sends it over to Swarth out. Swarth out back to Schwartzbau. Schwartzbau shot and frozen by the New Prague goalie. 9 minutes and 7 seconds left in the game. Ulrich will take the face off. Puck comes back to Schwartzbau at the point. Over to Swarth out. Swarth out loses the puck at the blue line. Picked up by Schwartzbau. Schwartzbau sends it up to Heiner. Heiner's got Swarth out. Leaves it for him. Swarth out gets into Schwartzbau. Schwartzbau's shot gets deflected by the New Prague defenseman. That comes down out to Sestefan. Sestefan hits Heiner. Heiner carries it in, or shoots it in, but it gets deflected off of the New Prague player. Sestefan sends it over to Schwartzbau. Schwartzbau looking for Rasmussen. It comes up. Hagen takes a swat at it. Reichert will chase it back behind the net. And it gets it up to Schwartzbau. Schwartzbau sends it up to trying to hit Sestafant. Puck comes out. Nice save by Lila. Lila sends it into the corner. Rasmussen picks it up. He gets it to Reichert. Reichert gets it out of the zone, but loses control of the puck. Puck comes back down deep. Rasmussen there to pick it up. Sends it up to Reichert along the boards. Puck comes out. Picked up by Johnson. Johnson gets it up to Rasmussen. Come back down on Lila. Lila will leave it for Johnson. Johnson throws it up. Oh, Reichert just outside of his reach. That comes out to Sestafant. Sestafant will carry it up. Brings it into the zone. And puck comes across ice. Sestafant pick it up. He throws it all the way back into the zone, and we're going to get an icing call and CCHS. 7 minutes and 12 seconds left here in the game. Lorenzen, Christensen, and Eriksson will come out. Lorenzen takes the face off. Goes back behind the net to Davis. Davis sends it over to Eriksson. Eriksson trying to hit Christensen. It gets deflected, but picked up by Christensen. Christensen comes in. Oh, a nice stop by the New Prague goalie. Well, Christensen was on a breakaway. Went to his backhand, but it ended up in the glove of the New Prague goalie. Lorenzen line will stay up, but Christensen will take the face off here. Oh, he switched out with Lorenzen. Lorenzen gets it over to Christensen. Christensen has it alongside the board, sends it back behind the net. Picked up by Lorenzen, loaning it back to Christensen. Christensen one-times it, saved by the New Prague goalie. It's back into the corner, and Christensen will pick it up. Let's roll it down, come all the way back. Eriksson's there along the boards. New Prague will bring it back behind the net. Comes out of the zone. Johnson back for it. We'll bounce it off the boards, trying to hit Christensen. Back to Davis. That comes out. Swarthout will pick up now in our zone. Brings it back behind the net. He shovels it up to Lorenzen. Lorenzen will bring it down back behind the net again. He shovels it up to Heinert. Goes off of Heinert's skate. Heinert gets it to Davis. Davis pushes it ahead. Tries to hit Swarthout. Goes off of his stick. And into the zone, and we'll come all the way back. Armentrout's there to pick it up. Sends it over to Heidi. Back to Armentrout. Armentrout gets it up to Swarthout. Swarthout feints on the top. Drifts all the way down. And icing is waved off. Puck comes up to Armentrout at the point. His shot deflected by Swarthout, but goes over the net. Heinert's got it in the corner. Quick check that comes over the line, so we're going to get an offsides call on CCHS. 5 minutes and 25 seconds left here in the game. Ulrichsen to take the face off. Swarthout to the left, Heinert to the right. That comes out to Heinert. Heinert sends it over to Heidi. Heidi will dump it up for Swarthout, but it comes right back out of the zone and into the New Prague bench, so we will have a face off. Face off will be to the left of the New Prague goalie. Ulrich takes the face off. He gets it. Goes to the net. Tries to throw it out to Swarthout. Just out of his reach. Swarthout picks it up. Sends it back to Ulrich. Ulrich throws it up to the front for Armentrout. Armentrout sends it back down to Heinert and to Ulrich. Out comes out to Heinert. Nice job. And Heinert scoops it in. So it's Heinert to Ulrich, back to Heinert, and the puck was just sitting there in the blue crease, and Heinert just taps it in. All right. Reichert in to take the face off. Rasmussen to his left, Hagen to his right. Puck comes over to the boards. Hagen swats at it. Stuck in Hagen's skates and poke checked away by Sestafant. Riker throws it up to the boards outside of the zone. Comes back in. It's Sestafant. Riker picks it up and loses control of the puck. Puck comes back to Schwartzbauer. Schwartzbauer bounces it on the boards to Rasmussen. Rasmussen tries to get it to Reichert. Reichert picks it up, throws it alongside the boards, gets it to Hagen. Hagen's got Rasmussen. Throws it through the crease, but Rasmussen didn't get a stick on it. That comes out. A high stick there, but no call. Picked up by Sestafant. Sestafant throws it out to Reichert. Reichert bumps it to Hagen. Hagen sends it across the line to Rasmussen. Rasmussen's got Schwartzbauer. Rasmussen hits the pipe. Puck comes out of the zone. Hagen picked it up, sent it back to Sestafant. Sestafant hands it up to Schwartzbauer. Schwartzbauer will bring it in, and he's shot. It's blocked by the new Prague goalie. He bounces right back to him, but he loses the flutter. Puck comes out. Lorenzen breaks it up along with Eriksson. Eriksson, and the puck will come all the way down, and that will be an icing call. 3 minutes and 31 seconds left here in the third period. Score is CCHA 4, New Prague 0. Christensen in to take the face-off. He gets it back to Davis. Davis sends it into the corner. Christensen back behind the net with it, trying to center it. Comes back to Christensen. Kept in by Lorenzen. Gets stuck in a new Prague player's skate. Christensen smacks at it, comes out in zone. Davis will pick it up at center ice. Coming in with a little bit of steam. The shot, goal. Davis with a wrister from the top of the red circle. And CCHA's up 5-0 over New Prague. Ulrich line comes out. Heiner will be to his right. Swartz out to his left. Johnson and Davis still out back. Johnson bounces it up to Ulrich. Ulrich just sends it into the zone. Swartz out chasing after it. Goes into the corner. Johnson will pick it up. Doubles back, sends it back down. Picked up by Swarthout. Swarthout gets it to Ulrich. Ulrich tries to head Johnson. He's starting to break to the net. Ulrich over to Swarthout. Swarthout gets it up to Davis. Davis sends it down. It comes right back to him now. Davis, another wrister, goes wide of the net. Puck comes alongside the boards, picked up by Johnson. Johnson doubles back, bounces it off the board, trying to get it to Heiner. Heiner picks it up, hits Davis. Davis gets it to Swarthout. Swarthout to Ulrich. Ulrich loses a handle on it though. Puck comes into the corner. Lila will cover. And he does a back bend over the top of Lila. Gets a little stretch there. He gets knocked over on top of Lila. That's what happened. But. All right. Puck comes into the corner. Goes all the way around. Rasmussen has it. Picked up by Reichert. Reichert uses a handle on it. Picks it up now. Hits Hagen. Hagen's got Rasmussen. Hagen will just flip it into the zone. On point. Ooh, Rasmussen is right there, but the defender was able to get it in. Puck comes out to center. Rasmussen's there. Along with Ulrich. Puck comes out to Eide. In the corner is Rasmussen. Rasmussen back to Lorenzen. Lorenzen's shot. Hammered in by Hagen, and that's going to be a goal. It's by Lorenzen. Lorenzen lifts it, so we're up 6-0 with 1 minute and 17 seconds to go. I believe this will head us into running time for the last minute and 17 seconds. Lorenzen steps in for the face-off. Comes out to Schwartzbauer. Schwartzbauer sends it up. Comes cross ice to Sestafant. Sestafant will pick it up. He shovels it out of the zone. Erickson puts some pressure on. Comes out to Lorenzen. Lorenzen's waiting for Erickson to get back onside. He carries it in. Down in the corner with it. Tries to backhand it into the center. He gets blocked. Comes up to the point for Sestafant. Sestafant tried to hit Schwartzbauer. Breakaway for Prague. Prague shot. Nice save by Lila. Sestafant there to clean up the hit. Or the shot. That comes out of the zone to New Prague. Prague bounces it off the boards. Back to Schwartzbauer. Schwartzbauer sends it around the back of the net. Prague able to keep it in. Puck goes over the net. Prague centers again up to the point. Shot. Saved by Lila. He sends it into the corner. 10 seconds left here. Puck comes all the way around into the corner, and Sestafant picks it up, and that will do it for this game. Final score here is CCHA 6, New Prague 0. Thank you all for joining us this afternoon. Sorry about the mix-up a little bit earlier. We will see you back here, I think, next weekend.